Hello everyone, welcome to the Software Coding Tutorials channel. My name is Tommy. And today I'll be walking you through how to create a custom C++ DLL. And in this particular example, I'll be creating a custom C++ DLL to be used with a calculator app that I wrote earlier from the previous tutorial. So beyond the basic operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplications, and division, I want to extend my calculator to be able to perform trigonometric functions such as sine and cosine. To do this, I like to create a dynamic link library that can be used by our calculator. This is more of a real-world application that I would like to show you. To be able to create a DLL so that our application can use, I have to understand the basic of what a DLL does and how I can export or share those functions so that it can be used by our calculator. So, formal Windows definition of a DLL. So what is a DLL? DLL is a compiled binary library that contains code and or data which is loaded into a process at runtime and shared by multiple programs. A DLL is a portable, executable, or PE file that exports functions, classes of data, symbols, which be dynamically linked to an application either at load time when the program starts or at runtime using API like load library and getProc address. So what I'm going to be covering today. And today I will be showing you how to create a DLL with one or two functions. Example given, sine and cosine. At the program start, I will demonstrate how to load the DLL at runtime using load library and use getProc address to retrieve the memory address of a function to execute it. Okay, using our UI designer, we're going to load up the design for the calculator. So from our previous tutorial, I built this. Now I'm going to add two buttons, one for sine and the other one is for cosine. So we're going to rename this to sine, rename this to cosine, and then color it accordingly. Okay, and then bring it to front, then move it to our calculator. And then save the design. Then what we want to do is generate a C++ code to another module called calc2.cpp. Okay, so let's open VS Code and review the calculator program that was generated by our UI designer. And as you can see, this is what the UI designer has scaffolded. It has all the type definition for the DLL, for the UI DLL. Okay, but we're going to be creating our own DLL, so we're not going to be relying on this UI designer DLL. But as you can see that we're using getProc address and load library W to load the DLL, and then calling it later on in our program. Okay, so this is the custom.h file that I created. As you can see, this is how we would define for our .h file so that we can produce the DLL, our custom DLL. So first thing is if and def custom underscore h, and then define custom underscore h, include the headers that are required, and then declare extern C for all the functions that are below this, and then defining our build variable for export or import. Then as you can see here, this is the function that I created for sine. I'll go ahead and create one for cosine. And then save. Then I want to open up my custom.cpp file. As you can see, I included custom.h and then create a sine, so I'll just copy this and then call this cosine, then rename this to cosine and save. Okay, so we're going to create a custom batch file to build our DLL. So you can see that I passed in -d build my DLL, and that comes from our custom.h, where we declare our export and import. And then the next argument is -here -o, which is produce our custom.dll file, then our custom.cpp, and -w comma --out imp lib custom.a, and then most importantly for Ming W64 we needed these two guys. Okay, so let's build our DLL. So click on the ellipse, then click on new terminal, then type dir star bat and use build.custom bat, and this will produce our DLL. So COS and as you can see that we produce the custom.dll at 11:16 a.m. Okay, so let's open our count.cpp file and look for where we defined our type def. So we can see that from these function we have to create a type def with. So here, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to type in type def double star sine function, and then pass in double value, and then we'll do the same thing for cosine. So I'm going to call it cosine func. Okay, and below here I'm going to create a static variable that we use from the top. So you can see that I'm using sine and cosine, right? So I'm going to call it static cos and call this cos equal to no pointer, and set this to sine equal to no pointer. And then save. Okay, so next we're going to look for our load available functions. As you can see here, this is how we load the UI designer.dll. We're going to copy this down below. And so instead of calling it H module DLL, we're going to call H custom, and then rename this to custom.dll. So in the case where it couldn't find the custom.dll file, it's gonna give us a message box, an error. Then we'll exit the executable. Okay, so in our next step, we're gonna go ahead and get the address of those two functions that was declared in our custom DLL. So we're gonna use getProc address, similar to what we done here from below. So I'll go ahead and just copy this and show you what I'm doing. So instead of paint group panel, we're gonna call it cosine. Then HDLL, it's not going to be HDL, it's going to be called HCustom. And then cosine, as it's spelled in our DLL. And this should be cosine. And then this should be cosine. All in cap. And I'm going to go and copy this. Paste it above, and then rename this to sine. And then save. Okay, so let's look at our on button click event. And as you can see, these contain all the case statement that was scaffolded us by our UI designer. Okay, notice the difference between what we done before and now is that case 1021 is for sine and case 1022 is for cosine. Okay, so let's go to our calc.cpp file. And as you can see here, the switch statement contains everything except for our sine and cosine. So I think we're going to just have to copy this whole function and then paste it to the other side. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and paste it. Okay, so now we create our case statement for sine. So that will be case 1021. In this, we're going to say double v1 equal to a top of get text buffer 1017, which is our rich text box. Then we say double v2 equal to sine of v1. Then we're going to do a set text box 1017 string to wchar standard to string of v2 and then break. Okay, so I'm going to do that for cosine as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy this block and then change the case to 1022 instead of 1021. And here I'm going to type in cosine instead of sine and then save. Okay, so I'm going to make a backup of calc CPP because I don't want to replace it by our compiler. And then go to our compiler and make an executable. And as you can see that there are these buttons, right? But there's nothing. There's no logic behind these buttons. So we're gonna go ahead and rename them. Okay, so the next step is I'm gonna go ahead and delete the count.cpp file, because that's the one that was just generated. Then make a copy of count2cpp and then rename it to count.cpp, and again then go back to our compiler. Okay, so now we're gonna just do a rebuild. Then run the executable. And now we should be able to do sine and cosine. So we can do like 45 sine, and you can see that it's 0.850904 radian. And if you do 90 cosine and radian is negative 0.448074. And then you can multiply that by something else. So we can prove that this application with the extended new DLL, it's working. Well, this is all the time I have for this tutorial. It's been a great experience of proving that you can extend beyond what you can write or what another application can write by creating DLL. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and come back later and subscribe. Thank you for your time and see you later. Bye for now.